The former Deputy President Rigathi Gashagua are now Ruto's worst nemesis. The man who, in my very considered opinion, will determine Ruto's fate come 2027 is supposed to leave the country and jet out for the United States of America after an invitation by the diaspora team. Rigathi, with his closest allies, will be there to give a keynote speech, will be there to discuss the current political situation in the country. And that move has sent panic within State House, within the deep state, within the members of the broad-based government. There are plans to block him. There are fears that they would even use that opportunity to arrest him at the airport. Rigathi revealed this in one of his stormy press briefings. And he said, I'm okay with that. If you want to block me, if you want to arrest me, I'm ready. Because Aluta Continua. Kindly subscribe to our channel. Click the notification bell, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to like and share our videos. Please listen to Rigathi Gashagua.
William Ruto has stripped away even the pretense of democracy. What we are witnessing is not the rule of law, but the rule of fear. This is not the behavior of a government that serves its people. This is the machinery of outright dictatorship. Finally, I want to announce to the people of Kenya that tonight I will be traveling to the United States of America to talk to the Kenyans in diaspora and the international community about the state of the nation. I would have wanted to stay in the country at this very difficult time when our people are under siege, but I have engagements that I'm not able to postpone. I have been threatened by people close to William Ruto, who called some of my people today, and they will want to stop me from leaving the country. I have no problem. If you want to come and arrest me at the airport, as you are threatening us, you can go ahead. I don't have a problem. You cannot sell fear to us. You know, even if you sold us fear, we cannot buy. You know, and therefore, as I'm out of the country, unless I'm stopped from going, and if I'm stopped from going, I'm still okay. I'll be here because this is my country. We have made sufficient arrangements with other leaders in the united opposition to create a pool of lawyers to come in through for our young people who are being persecuted on trumped-up charges of terrorism.
In this video, I want us to look at the reason why the government is scared of Rigathi's move to visit the United States of America to meet people. And without much ado, the number one reason is that Rigathi Gashagua has proved that he's no walk in the park. This is the man William Ruto impeached after they accused him of playing local politics. In fact, Kimani Chungwa used to call him a villager. The man they thought they would politically annihilate has now expanded his wings. He's not only the kingpin of Mount Kenya, but is now expanding his wings, political wings, internationally. And these people are now scared because Rigathi is busy uniting the opposition in the country. As he jets out of the country, he's gaining international fame. He's gaining international attention. As a team that would want to oust William Ruto, this is very scary to the broad-based team because Rigathi Gashagua will meet friends. Rigathi Gashagua will be listened to, and now Rigathi will not become a local villager, but an international figure. You can imagine the man they described as a black man with a dark heart. You know, they described him as being diabolic. They have called for his arrest. They deluded themselves that after impeaching Rigathi Gashagua, Then they appoint Kithure Kindiki. Then what would happen? They knew he was finished. They knew Kithure Kindiki would neutralize Rigathi Gachagua. But what has happened is now the irony, the opposite. Because Rigathi Gachagua has completely finished William Ruto from Central. He has finished all his allies. And that is the reason why they are not happy about this visit. They wanted Rigathi to remain local. Walikuwa wanataka asahaulike kabisa, wamzike katika kaburi la sahau. This is what people say, Mungu ni nani. Have always seen William Ruto say Mungu ni nani. Number two, Rigathi Gachagua will use that opportunity to expose William Samoei Ruto. I'm only imagining, I can imagine that Rigathi meets some, international journalists there, and he's being asked to explain about their fallout with William Ruto, to explain what he feels about the president and the situation in the country. Rigathi will destroy William Ruto. I want you to imagine Rigathi Gachagua talking about police brutality on Kenyan innocent Kenyans. He talks about ethnic profiling, like he has maintained that in the past Sabasaba demonstrations, Ruto had a killer squad that went around shooting, aimlessly killing people. He has maintained that the government of the day sponsored goons to destroy businesses from Mount Kenya. He calls it a deliberate economic sabotage. So he will be talking about that if he gets that opportunity. And he will be maintaining and convincing, or rather trying to maintain the reason why they fell out and the reason why he feels Ruto is a one-term president. He'll be talking about the Kuzo slogan. Rigathi could take that opportunity to revisit the story about the rapid forces in Sudan. Remember, he has always maintained that William Ruto is the head of that illegal outfit because the war in Sudan is taking place, and Rigathi has maintained that William Ruto has been sponsoring, is in cahoot, and they are doing businesses and they are sponsoring the killings and massacre of innocent people. He's going to maintain that. Atamwaribia William Ruto. Rigathi is a very good student of William Samoei Ruto. He will be injecting, ladies and gentlemen. He will be talking about corruption, and he's going to ensure that by the time he's done with William Ruto will remain a political shell, a political skeleton. Even if you are in Ruto's camp, you'd be scared about Rigathi Gachagua. Number three, it is about friendship and connections. In every election, there are local and international interests. I remember when William Ruto realized that Uhuru Kenyatta had ditched him and Uhuru was supporting Raila Odinga, William Ruto rushed and made friends. He started with Meg Whitman and he convinced them that he would listen to them. He agreed to be a puppet, and the international community liked him. Rigathi Gachagua could use that opportunity to get friends, to get money for campaigns. Those who are interested will always want to, either for good or wrong reasons, they would want to invest. There are those who invest so that they can reap once you get to power. And elections usually, because our elections, I think, are not controlled. In some countries, the amount of money that is used is always a little bit controlled, and they must know where you get the money. So Rigathi could make friends. Rigathi could use that opportunity to get money for campaigns. He will also use that opportunity to introduce his friends there, here and there. And this is the reason why I feel that the government is so much scared about Rigathi leaving the country. Some people were telling me that, Rigathi is running away because the government is planning to arrest him. I don't know. The question is, why would you arrest Rigathi Gashagua? Are you saying that Rigathi is the one sponsoring demonstrations in Homa Bay, in Eldoret, in Machakos, in Central? And do you think Rigathi can sponsor goons to destroy their own businesses? Magunas, Madhais, all those supermarkets that goons vandalized. It reminds me of some years, that was in 2022, if I'm not wrong, when William Ruto fell out with his former boss, Uhuru Kenyatta. And he was going to Uganda, and he was stopped at the airport. And I remember the head of public service, that was Kenya, said that he has to get a green light because he's a civil servant, I think, and that he had to be given that opportunity. He didn't do that, and he really cried foul. So today, power has gotten into their heads and they're forgetting. So, ladies and gentlemen, we wish Wamunyoro well as they jet out of the country. We pray for them because he's now the face of change. Usiniambia alikuwa anafanya hii na ile. Everyone has a past, and we have to forget the past and look at our leaders in their present form. I don't know what you think, but the government is scared stiff about the planned foreign trip by Rigathi and his team.